Hello and welcome to my 6th video, where I'm going to show some weaknesses on the popular T64. And I'm going to use my MBT70, my M60, and the FV405. So I will start out with speaking about the armor and where these weaknesses, that I call them, are, and then I'm gonna show in-game how what ammo types and where to shoot and so on. So, for those that only want to see the weaknesses without gameplay, well, keep on watching. So, the T64. It's a super heavily armed tank with composite armor. Doesn't help that it has 300 to... well, the effective thickness is stupid. And you would say that most shells could go through this, but if you just look on X-ray, you can see that it has this super thick composite armor. And kinetic energy ammunition is basically solid shots, like armor piercing or APFSDS, I think they're called. Let me just double check. Yeah, APFSDS. And chemical energy ammunition is like HESH and heat rounds and rounds like that. Also, I think 80 GMs go into chemical too. Yeah, they should. And you can see up here it has like really thick armor, and down here it has more composite armor. So this thing from the front it's really hard to kill if you don't have APFSDS. So how would you do it? I would say, like most Russian tanks, they have the same weakness. And you would, if you saw this for the first time, you might think, oh well, you shoot a cupola. Like, well, it works in most tanks, but I don't know why, but I call a little Russian bias on this. Because if you check the armor model, the cupola isn't actually a part of the tank. It's, say if you shoot here, it's just gonna pass straight through and do nothing. You might hit the optics that is here, but that's about it. So HESH doesn't work at all on this cupola. It just bounces off because of how flat it is. And you might be able to. I have been successfully hitting the edges of this optics and then splash down with HESH. Can't really recommend it. Super dangerous. And so mostly if you have like the MBT70 without APFSDS, you are pretty screwed. But you have a chance. So if you look closely, up here it has only 30 millimeters, and just under the third ring, if you can find it, there, it says 20 millimeters right here. So you can trap shoot this thing with high explosive, HESH or 80 GMs. And I think the Object 120's heat works. I don't know how that's good for you. Maybe in arcade, but not in realistic, because you can go against this thing. So if you can shoot a round that hits on the edge, so that it goes down or just in the crack, you will hit this 20 millimeter thick armor plate. Where is it? Here it is. And if you can choose, try to hit on the right side. And you can see closer to this square aluminium box, under this, it's a little opening here, which is easier to hit. But you can also do it down here in the middle. So, because the right side has nothing that stops the shrapnel to go down and hit the ammo, but on the left side you have a fuel tank, so you might just light him on fire and then he might shoot you back. So try to go on the right side or the middle. So yeah, that's the weakness that I found. And now I'm gonna go over to some gameplay, and I will start with the MBT70 because it's the most obvious thing that will verse this thing, and then I will go down. So over to that. So here we are with the MBT-70 on the TankPolygon test map, and I'm gonna leave that in the description. So yeah, that's where you're going to find that. And as you see, I have in the test grounds and also in game, I have the upgrade for the APFSDS. And of some reason that I can't explain because I haven't done a map, upgrades like adjustment of fire doesn't work in the test map. So if I shoot on far range, I won't hit where I would if I had adjustment of fire, so just keep that in mind. So the T64, if I can hit in the crack rather here or in the middle. So let's see if I can hit it. Well, I hit the crack, and because of this having so much penetration and going under the composite armor, it can actually do damage that way. So let's repair it and see if I can hit it again. It's a pretty hard shot, and I would recommend, if you can, just use an ATGM and hit it. Because as you see, it works. ATGM again, and try the left side this time. Yeah, as you see, ATGMs are really efficient, so if you have ATGMs and go against T64s, just, if we can find one, aim for the perfect height just above the armor plates. As you see, if you hit too high, nothing really happens. And but you see that you can do it, and also a pen through the turret ring there. So let's go down and just show in close quarters that heat actually works. So because of how this works and the upgrade isn't here, I can't really shoot at far ranges, but I will show that it works. So the box. So as you see, the explosion goes down and hits the yeah, you see the shrapnel in the kill cams. And as you see, just it might need some training, but it's better than not having this thing. As you might know, the MBTs doesn't start with this round like the T64s, so you are stuck with doing this for a while. But afterwards, when you have this round, it's mostly just aim pretty much anywhere. Except on the thing. As you see, the turret is really armed, but just go for the body and you should be fine. So yeah, this was a quick look with the MBT-70, and now over to the M60 with its 127mm hesh. So here we are in the M60. This is the first M60 at 7.7, and I'm going to use this hesh round. I just gonna say something that I forgot about the MBT-70's heat round, that the heat FS doesn't work really. Well, the heat FS on the object works, but the object 120's every ammo is pretty strong, so I can show this later. But hash works, so if we can find a position where I can aim this low. I'm just standing on this hill because it's a little bit easier to hit, right? But let's see if I can do it. As you see, a 7.7 tank one-shotting in T64 because of this 30 to 20mm armor right in front here. Let's see. I hit the composite there, so it didn't do anything. But if you can hit those corners, especially that right one, you can really just one-shot it. I might be able to kill it on this side. Yeah. As you see, it's really easy to do this. I will just say that in testing, I tested with the RU251 with the 102mm hash, or the weak hash as I call it. It doesn't work, like nowhere. You can shoot under the tanks because the shrapnel goes up, as you see, and kills it. That works with the RU251. It's nothing that you're really going to use in an average match. You might have a possibility to do it, but as you see, this is mostly for people in top tier that are playing the British tanks that actually has hash, and especially with the 152mm hash, this is probably super easy to do. And well, it's a good way to kill the T64s. I will, just because some people have in previous videos wanted me to shoot at range. So let's do that. MBT or Camp 70. I won't shoot that today, but I've shot that in another video and done a weakness video on the MBT 70 and the Camp 70. So T64, as you see, it's pretty easy even without the adjustment of fire upgrade that doesn't work in this mission. Farther ranges, the hash rounds has a tendency to fall a bit more. So hash is really just for close quarters, or if you actually can hit the hash on long ranges. Might need some practice. IS-4M, just hit this plate and if it explodes, shoot it not. But I know you can hit her with 8 TGMs anyways. So, and now with the heat FS round, let's just kill that thing. So heat FS isn't heat round, there's a big difference, and the heat FS goes straight with this explosion, and normal heat has a tendency to just be in high explosive with a little armor piercing bit going forward. And yeah, as you might tell with the other heat round, the HE rounds can also do this. I won't show that in this video, but you can do it with if you pen more than 20 to 30mm. And as you see, you might penetrate the turret ring and kill the gunner, which could be good. And as you saw, it double shot because I have fast reload on this mission, so that might happen. And as you say, it's not really a good thing. So if you spam, you might be able to. Wouldn't recommend it. You wouldn't have that time or that possibilities. And just for showing an APFSDS round, you might be able to trap shoot. I doubt. Yeah, you probably can't. It's super hard. So that was that. And now, just for fun, I like to use F3, 4 or 5 just to annihilate tanks. So over to that. So here we are in one of my new favorite tanks since a few days back. I've been having some great games in this thing, getting like 6 to 7 kills per game, because how easy it is to kill people now if you aim right. So I'm gonna use this round, that's just overkill, and well, if you've seen my other videos about hash and how to use them, you can actually do pretty well with them. I got a comment today or yesterday about if you shoot at Panther's upper plate, the shrapnel doesn't kill the tank, and that because of the angle, which I talked about in that video. And that is also a thing with Tiger 2s, so aim for the turret and not for the body part. Also, I've shot this side where the ammo is with hash, and hash mostly just destroys the ammo of some reason and it doesn't explode, so that's a thing to keep in mind. And now over to the video where I'm going to shoot a T64 on the weak spot and see how well this does, and the kill cam is probably just gonna nuke it. No, didn't. I'm actually surprised about that. Let's see. Can I hit the right spot? Well, as you see, if you hit the right spot, that happens. If you don't, well, he won't move. He might kill you, or shoot straight through this thing. You might be able to hit the roof with this big projectile. Yeah. Let's see if I can hit the long range ones. The pressure on this thing isn't the greatest, so I have to stand literally on the edge. But if you can have support in front of you and just have people tanking for you, just wait for someone to shoot, then poke out and just fire. And that should kill pretty much everything. Unless you hit like the upper plates, because the shrapnel goes straight down then. So, upper plate, the composite armor ate all of that. Let's see if I can hit it again. As you see, the recoil on this thing is stupid, but you won't have this fire rate. I think the reload speed on this thing with upgraded crew is 33 seconds or something like that, which that is maxed out, which I don't have. So let's see if I can kill the Tiger 2P over there. How far is that? I think it's 12 or 1000 meters. It's 800. I was way wrong. As you see, shrapnel kills everyone in the front, but he will be able to shoot back. Let's repair him. You might have heard some explosions from tanks being repaired. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if we can do this again. So 800. Let's see if we can hit the turrets. Well, as you see, even if you hit the upper plate with this thing, it just annihilates pretty much everything. So yeah, that's the FV405. And now just over to the hangar. So here we are back in the hangar, and as you saw in the video, ATGMs, HESH, and the old heat is really reliable. I have tried with HE, but I didn't get it on the recording, and I didn't want to make the video any longer. So just HE works if you pen more than 30 to 20 millimeters. Mostly Russian tanks do that, but something to keep in mind. And yeah, so I just want to thank everyone that has commented and liked my videos. It really helps me to try to come up with new ideas, and I really like to read through all your comments and to interact with you. And yeah, so also if you want me to do more videos like this where I show weaknesses on tanks, or yeah, mostly tanks, and or if you want me to do some more gameplay videos like the M60 video that I released last week, I think. So just tell me about that and I'll see what I can do. So that was all for this 6th video, and have a great day.